What's happening, fellow burrito lovers? It is Thursday, and it is time for another Pounds for Purs workout. Today was the squat focus. Now, for my technique primer, I went with a hang snatch, and still just going really light. So starting off with the bar, 45 pounds, 55 pounds, 65 pounds for triples. And I was tempted at the last second just to go to a tall snatch, simply for the fact that it's been a while, and I'll probably do that next time. I do like tall snatch as a primer, and even just as an exercise in of itself, it's quite a good one. But I did hang snatch today. They felt pretty good. Wasn't going for anything special, just doing them correctly. That really is what it came down to. So I was feeling pretty good, and then I was heading into today's squats and did decide to kind of go along with the theme of the last two workouts, which is dropping volume down to triples and still progressively overloading, so adding 5 pounds, so we're up to 255 now, and I did triples for squats. Now that being said, just like the overhead press day, these felt pretty easy, and that's great. I'm actually pretty happy about that. I did feel like I was keeping a pretty considerable amount of energy and just overall power in reserve, which I'm actually okay with. So even though, yes, I did drop reps considerably, I'm taking this as a bit of a deload in volume, but of course staying staying on target when it comes to adding weight. So I'm still going to keep progressively overloading, adding intensity, if you will. However, I am going to drop volume, and I think just for a while, as I continue the progression, I will stay with triples, and I think that'll be good. So again, could I have done more? Yes, I definitely could have done sets of 4 and probably sets of 5. However, you will notice I am taking a little bit longer on my eccentrics, just to kind of dial everything in, make sure everything is right. So making sure I'm hitting depth, of course, that's always important to me. I have a pretty high standard when it comes to my depth. So when I drop down into the hole of a squat, like right there, I want to make sure I hit that, because it's important to me to make sure that I'm consistent, and also just to get the benefit from it. I do have the mobility in my hips and in my ankles in order to do a full squat, so I like to do them as long as I possibly can until I get to a certain percentage of my 1 rep max, or you could even say to a certain intensity point, when I'll just go towards parallel. Now that doesn't happen for a while, and I'm in way sub max weight, so that's not something I even have to think about right now. I just need to ensure that I'm hitting proper depth. I'm getting my hips below my knees for every single rep, and I did that, so I'm happy about it. And for today especially, my just locking everything in felt pretty good. It felt pretty good, and I'm confident going forward. And again, of course, this is conservative, so it's 255. I could have easily done sets of 4 and probably sets of 5 without a whole lot of difficulty. So there's that. Now, I was planning, of course, on doing Sumo Deadlift as I normally would, and I rotate that in and out with Snatch Grip Deadlift. And I did consider doing another movement after that, some type of accessory for the lower body. But when I was doing Sumo Deadlift, and it just got to the point where I got uncomfortable. I felt like I was the center of attention, and I don't like that, so I cut it. But that being said, I did get 315 and 325 for a single with the double overhand grip completely raw. And then I went into working triples with 365, 385, and then 405. Alright guys, adopt, don't chop.